was a little girl in our neighborhood. Her name is Charlotte Johnson, and she's really looking good. I had to go and see her, so I called her on the phone. I walked over to her house, and this was going on. Her brother was on the sofa, eating chocolate pie. Mama was in the kitchen, cutting chicken up to fry. Daddy was in the backyard, rolling up a garden hose. I was on the porch with Charlotte, feeling up down to my toes, and we were swinging. Yes, we were swinging. Little Charlotte, she's as pretty as the angels when they sing. I can't believe I'm out here on the front porch in the swing, just a swinging. Swinging. Little Charlotte, she's as pretty as the angels when they sing. I can't believe I'm out here on the front porch in the swing, just a swinging.
Hello folks, this is Kevin with Reality Rope Access with a short video on the subject of surviving suspension trauma. One of, and no doubt the most important of the 8 critical skills required of residential rope access workers that we call self-rescue. We appreciate your support and encourage you to like, comment, and share. Your productive feedback is always welcome. Now let's get into the details of what you will need to defeat the unwelcomed effects of gravity. We'll begin by providing a general description of what suspension trauma is. Simply put, it is a rapid progression of blood circulation issues that can incapacitate any residential rope access worker who has fallen from ladder, eave, rake, or transition between ladder and roofing system, all of which taking place in as little as 20 minutes time. So one could see that there is a real sense of urgency for performing effectual action to get free from this very stressful situation. If you find yourself inadvertently suspended, there is an excellent chance that you survived your fall without injury, only to discover that you are now held captive by your Kroll and or Jumar ascenders. Both, as you can see, are very toothy devices that would require 100% removal of your weight pressure in order to descend, and herein lies the problem. The good news is that if you chose the right training program, carry the right tools, and are capable of producing rational thought in this stressful situation, then you will wield the power to effect your own rescue. For our technically correct Freedom Tour demonstration, we give you one nutritionally enhanced subject who is suspended vertically and stuck on both his Kroll and Jumar ascenders. As you can see, he lacks the one-arm pull-up strength to free himself from his lifeline connection points, which, by the way, would represent a highly improbable self-rescue technique for most people. But the now is no time to concede defeat, because in great times of need, literally anything within arm's reach is a rescue resource. So his first choice is to create a foot loop to stand up in and free the pressure from his Jumar ascender. Remove the load placed on the Jumar, and what do you know, it's cooperating again. Now, let's move it down a bit so it will maintain its user-friendly status. His next action begins on his right hip with a rig descender that he will carefully secure to his central D-ring, then open, load, and lock. All in all, a very wisely sequenced move completed prior to disconnection from his Kroll ascender. His third action will be the removal of the lanyard that connects his Jumar to his body harness. This move will allow him the ability to use his Jumar as a freedom resource without the possibility of becoming stuck on it for a second time. The removal of his prusik cord from his sternal D-ring and rope then follows. It will be secured in the carabiner beneath his Jumar and positioned in a manner that allows him to harness his leg strength, that would be right leg, left leg, or both legs, to remove the pressure from his Kroll ascender. The fifth step tends to be the most difficult for our trainees. However, it certainly does not need to be so. Here we will use our leg strength, which for most of us is around 3 times more than our arm strength, to free ourselves from our last remaining ascender. Our subject positions his prusik foot loop low, his left hand high, and his right thumb and index finger on the plastic portion of his Kroll's cam for a speedy removal once the rope pressure in place on his Kroll is released. We conclude our lesson with a nicely controlled descent and remind everyone that pretty much everything worthwhile will require the right training and a little practice.
With the Sultans, with the Sultans.